Let's do Saints Wake. Oh, the Halloween stuff. Let's go. Pumpkin-headed apparition. It's been more than a few moons since last we met, dear friend. As it so happens, I have a proposition. With your talents, are you prepared to throw caution to the wind and consort with the fiends most foul once again? Yeah, sure, let's do this. Of course you are. Before we get to the heart of the matter, let us reflect upon the history of Saints Wake. On this night, two fair fiends emerged to convert the coven. Unconcerned with the judgments of those on high, for the halls of the saints have the abode ring with merriment as the wine flows freely, and no one can be bothered to look down. Thus did God's fearing folk greet this particular sunset of third edition, daring not to venture from their homes no longer, nay, for adventurers came and drove out the void sent, restoring safety to the city, marking the occasion with jubilation. It's all well and good, but what of the poor forsaken fiends? Are they too not deserving of revelry? My wish is to see all of Saints Wake reborn as a celebration for all, be they ghost, ghoul, or Gradanian. How do I propose to accomplish this feat? Binding obligations? Friend, I've convinced the more sinister sorts to enter the contract, which forbid them from preying on mortals. In exchange, they are permitted to partake in the festivities, but there's one troubled soul who still seems incapable of getting into the spirit of things. Perhaps you'd be willing to give them a helping hand, and nothing too devilishly, I assume. Before you get started, you'll want to get a grasp of the particulars by speaking to Papa Gruff. You ought to be performing one of his shows by the entrance of Gertrude Growery. Now go, I shall be watching your performance with great interest. Though it pains me so, our humble performance must draw to a close. Let us then end things on a high note. Ladies and gentlemen, I bid you to feast your eyes on the fantastic Funkox and his transformation magic. What was that about? The clowning and whatnot was all right to laugh, but that was a little bit bleeding rubbish. Come on, let's get out of here. Once more, you failed to muster up even an ounce of magical prowess. I had the crown in the palm of your hand. Would have been the toes of town if not for your blunder. Oh, there you go again, shrieking the same old tune. I've had this up to my eyeball with this farce. Just know, just because you know a few cheap tricks doesn't give you the right to treat me like that. I still can't stand the sight of you, let alone the thought of taking you to stage with you again. Good riddance. Well, fate has comprised us to cross paths once again. Out with it then. I know you're not here to swap pleasantries. A foul fiend failing to get into the spirits of Saint's Wake. I'd wager you speak of Philcox and the fellow who stormed off in the husk. Like most of our ilk, Philcox and I had an simple appetite for Aether, but unlike your Garden-Varied voids sent to hunt apless mortals like beasts, we prefer to state our hunger with their enthusiastic approval. I tell you, there's no Aether as delectable as you'll find in the food gifted in genuine appreciation. Which led me to thinking perhaps preying on mortals was an old-fashioned way of approach. Does that come into giving folk this sort of frights that dazzle and delight, winning hearts and minds? In the process, no small number of Aether-laden delicacies. What better occasion for such terrifying amusement as Saint's Wake? The method is catching too. Many voices now seek Aether in this matter. Philcox is one such reformed individual. When I first laid eyes upon him, I sensed promise. But get him in front of a crowd and you're lucky to get a smattering of half-hearted applause, let alone a measly crumbs. You're better off hearing it from the Ahriman's mouth. He can't have gotten far. There's nothing wrong with it. This magic that had the sheer unbridled cheek of it. Apologies that I didn't leave my senses. Your timely intervention is much appreciated. Wait, by the look of you, I'd say you're an adventurer. Let me guess, that pumpkin-headed lady sent you. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you my tale. As far as I mind, I just can't get the hang of transformation magic, and without the means to delight the crowds, we're starved for appreciation. I'm an Ahriman, paralyzing my prey with the big eye of mine, not a problem turning that a stone with a trifling glare. A trifling task, hell, I can't even smell despair and all manner of negative emotions in the people around me. Obviously, paralysis and purification won't win over an audience, and my metaphorical nose for despair isn't going to put Aether on the table either. I'd just tell that pumpkin lady I'm not cut off the business. If you're here at her behest, you'd better come too. I gather you had a hand in Philcox's decision to lay bare his thoughts and feelings. Not that I did it any good. I'm still stuck at square one, underappreciated and under a fire. Such a curious child, and you're truly blind to your own potential. No doubt you have an inkling as to what I speak. Pray share your wisdom. blackmail dark emotions, use your gift to help those in need. Stamp out any negativity you sense within common folk. So let's do this. I suppose I could give it a go, but do you really think that if I rid people of their woes, they'll repay the favor? I'm unfamiliar with mortal customs, but if you say so. Oh wait, I see the logic. What better way to make use of my talents and knock that pompous Bucklegroff right off his pedestal? Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. I have no idea where to start. Once again, lending you a hand. A little slave hand, hold still. Not only does that get up guaranteed to turn heads, each and every tread is imbued with potent magic to aid in your newfound purpose. Oh, you know, I think I can feel it. Maybe this isn't going to be so tough after all. There you are. You know, I had thought to apologize for my harsh words earlier. Since our act was my initiative, and therefore our success, or lack thereof, was ultimately my responsibility, but I sense if you've been scheming. It pleases me to inform you, Bucklegroff, that I found a way to win over the mortals on my own terms. I find that hard to believe, but since you seem so confident, why don't we have ourselves a contest? Whoever garners the most affection, and thereby the largest share of Aether, rich victuals win. To the victor go the spoils. The loser will be bound to obey every whim. How does that sound? You're on. I hope you're ready to bow and scrape. That moral epithet about one's bark being worse than one's bite come to mind. Perhaps yourself, Wilcox? I guess we're gonna help him. I know I've got this marvelous magic's outfit, but I'm still not entirely convinced I have what it takes. Bucklegroff on my own, come with me, just until I get the hang of things. Very well, I shall leave Wilcox in your capable hands. I trust you two will do everything in your power to assist in his endeavors. How about we try and find a troubled soul in need? But let's get out of here first. Right, time to look for folk harboring negative feelings. Give a moment. Well, we found someone, and whoever they are, they're awfully flustered. They're to the northeast, I think. Though I'm not sure where exactly. The roads here can be confusing. Truth be told, this is my first time in the city. I've got a decent sense of direction, but I've yet to grasp the lie enough of the land. Could I trouble you to lead the way? Alright, so let's go. Northeast, huh? Let's do this. Okay, let's go. So it's right here. Such cleaning. Richard had the privilege of seeing this performance. 15 minutes yet he's an expert illusionist. We've only got to look for folk to know. Okay. Interesting. Oh god, where has she gotten to? Ah, this must be the fellow my senses were telling me to. Shall we find out what ails him? You there, what's gotten you so worked up? Forgive me, I was this poor girl who'd been separated from her mother. I was helping her help her look, but she suddenly disappeared. I can't simply abandon her. I have an urgent personal matter to attend to. Okay, so why don't I and my associate look for him? Then you can... okay. In that case, why don't I and my associate look for the girl? Then you see the affairs without worry. Thank you, thank you. And Baloo, I hope you're able to find her forthwith. Okay. He certainly was appreciative, yet here I am empty-handed. To forge get the food we have to find. Let's go. Detecting presence to the east of here. Odds are it's a girl, which means I have need of your navigator once again. Let's go. To the east. Let's go. Somewhere this way. That was be a fine opportunity to accrue some recreation, but the poor girl is beside herself. She keeps calling out for her mama. When I enlist your help. This must be the lost lass we've been looking for. If you want to earn her thanks, we'll need to reunite her with her mother, wouldn't you say? Which means we now have a lady to locate. Any suggestions? Use resources of search for someone feeling anxious? Why don't you try coming... okay, anxious, yes. Ah, you're saying that the mother will be worried about the daughter having gone missing. Brilliant. This is exactly why I had you accompany me. Wonder, I don't know which is the bigger boon, having you by my side, or this fancy finery. I think I've learned my way around the city. I'll handle this next part on my own. Wait here, I'll be back. do appreciate all the courtesy of my special talent. Consider for his key. Luckily I sensed another troll soul while I was tracking down the mutter. I better see what I can do. I don't think I'm ready to go alone. Why don't you let our pumpkin-headed benefactor know? I'll come and find you when I'm done. Okay. Well, I'm afraid my next performance calls until we meet again, adventurer. That was a pretty wholesome event. I think my favorite one is the one where you had to do like the dungeon. I forgot which one that was. I think my favorite Saints Wake event was the one where you had to do like a dungeon, a spooky dungeon. That was pretty fun. This one was really short. I hope they do a better event next year. And the adventure returns in the precise moment I predicted. Listen to Texan, what are your fiend and his endeavors? Everything's good. Thanks. Ah, truly. Speak of the devil, here they come. Dear, what turned to be a damn sight harder than I anticipated. All I have to show for my trials is a single cookie. I think the first gift I would receive would prove to be the last. I didn't receive so much as crumb. I suppose this means you win. Very well, I'm in your command, Papa Gruff. You admit defeat so readily, Philcox. We found you. I wanted to thank you properly for helping me, Mama. I brought you a pumpkin cookie. Simply scrumptious. I'm glad you like it. Farewell. That makes it one apiece, a draw then. Still, Philcox, while you still have some assistance along the way, you've nevertheless done yourself proud. I think I'd live to see you the day Papa Graf sings my praises. Awfully kind of you to finally admit all I'd had worth. Is that all you desire? By begrudging acceptance, have you forgotten your reason for joining the festivities in the first place? Of course I haven't. The people of Gridania are still in need of my help. Where there are common folk in need, there are cookies to be given to me. adventure. I had better get going, but before I do, let me say this. I might have found a way to make the most of my talents, but I wouldn't have been able to do so without you and the pumpkin-headed lady. I'm sure we'll run into each other again. I promised I sensed in Philcox when he and I first met wasn't illusionary after all. I should take my leave. It would be remiss of me to allow him to garner glory, to say nothing of the cookies. I'd say those two fiends ended up having themselves a frightfully fun-filled All Saints' Wake, wouldn't you agree? And for your part in this, a fitting reward. I present to you a set of finery, as worn by Gridania's most emotionally perceptive artmen. Oh, so that's cosmetics? Of course, I wonder if your outfit is endowed with the same enchantment. You need worry. There never was an enchantment. Interesting. The little charade was my way of giving Philcox the confidence he so sorely lacked. Although I dare say such a measure was unnecessary given he had you cheer him on. Ah, before I forget, you are hereby cordially invited to my humble abode for my get-together of sorts. Do drop by, I assure you. It will be frighteningly entertaining. Anyway, your help is much appreciated at this rate. My vision of All Saints' Wake for mortals and voids and alike might not be so distant prospect. Though I do hope that these shenanigans haven't diluted your enthusiasm for most occult of occasions. Got the Knight of Devilry suit. Okay, interesting. I'll have to go check that out at the inn. That is a glamour. The shirt. There we go. Wait, which one should we change? Which one do I don't use, actually? I've not used the Ice Heart one in a long time, actually. Might change that one. Yeah, I don't use this one in a long time. Let's remove that. I need to find a Knight of Devilry stuff. There we go. One here. Oh, it looks pretty good. Just gloves. Interesting. Find a different top, maybe. I wonder how it looks like in a different top.
Ooh, this top's actually pretty good. What's this one? The Manosuya chess piece. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. Yeah, let's do this, maybe. I mean, I like this one too, but it's not really... It's kind of plain. It does have the little wings in the back, though. Oh yeah, this outfit. I remember this. That was the witch. I never made the witch outfit. Let's do the witch outfit, actually. Do I have all the pieces? We got our costume, and let's go. Our witch outfit looks pretty good. Alright, let's go. So, who do I talk to again for the things? That's the vendor. Haunted Manor, right? Okay, go to Haunted Manor. Let's check that first. Haunted Manor is fun to like play hide and seek and stuff with friends. To just fool around, I guess. I remember when we were doing that a while back. Okay, that's pretty cool, actually. Kryl and Tatari doing the Power Ranger pose. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Power Ranger pose. It's hilarious. Here. Around he travels the world in search of curious. That has to be. Yeah, that's. Yeah. Oh man, this is funny. Not a lot of people here, actually. No event going on. Almost here. There's the same transformation things, but let's talk about Pockthead. Here's to have a word, very well. What would you like to know? What is that you do exactly? I watch. My ancestor once bound the Void Scent to their will as a means to wage war and cause irreparable harm to the world in so doing. Remorseful of their actions, they swore to never be complicit in such tragedy again. We have watched ever since. Our goal is not to harm the minions of darkness, but to educate them. Show them that peace is an option. But I have spoken enough. I had not realized entertaining our guests could be so thrilling. You need to ask. My head is not merely for show. I am the archfiend feared and revered since time immemorial. The great Gord, who once led legions of darkness. In fact, merely a title held by those in my coven. Each generation the knowledge to control denizens of the void is passed down alongside the appellation. Is your memory as fleeting as your lifespan, child? As I told you before, this is my home. You are welcome to come and go as you please. Here you can do like roleplay stuff, and like here, this is like a roleplay zone, right? Where you can like roleplay and like roleplay dinners and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool for people who like to do some roleplay. Let's see what else. Oh, this is a graveyard here, right? Yeah, that's a graveyard. Wait, is that a little ghost that's just sleeping on the... Oh my god, that's kind of cool, actually. I like this. Alright, well, that's it. That's it for the Halloween event. All Saints Wake. That was a pretty cool event. There's a lot of more stuff here to do with like roleplay stuff, but yeah, this is All Saints Wake 2024. See you next time.